Hello everyone, welcome back to the video. My name is Lord Stanford. Thank you so much for joining us in another video that I believe is going to inspire you in a lot of ways. We are about to enter the new year, and not only the new year, but we are about to enter the next decade. And this is going to be one of the most important decades that us as the human species have ever found ourselves in, because there's going to be a lot of change, as we can see with the events all over the world. Yes, there's a good and the bad, but I'm going to share with you something that is going to be very important in the new decade we are going to enter into, and that is the understanding of the times. And I'm going to give you clues that will assist you in order for you to become the better person in the decade we are entering in, and what you should look out for, which will assist you to become a better version of yourself. Thank you so much. Now let's get into the video. Enjoy. So today we are finding ourselves in an interesting period as the human species on earth. There are developing countries that are beginning to emerge to become developed countries. And what we need to understand is we are not only entering a new year, but we are entering a whole new decade altogether. And what I've been looking at is I've been looking at the scriptures to find out what is it that is going to be very important for the human species in the period that we are now entering into. And as I was studying the scriptures, there is a part that I saw which stood out for me. So I'm studying the life of David, and there is a time period where David is about to take over the throne from Saul. In other words, there are some people that came to the aid of David. These people are about to assist him to take the throne from Saul and give it to David. But as the writer is writing the book of Chronicles, he begins to mention the different tribes that came to the assistance of David. And what happens is that there are a group of people there that the writer mentions, and they are the sons of Issachar. The sons of Issachar are very important because as the writer is mentioning the skills of each and every tribe, he comes to the sons of Issachar and he says in First Chronicles chapter 12 verse 32, he states that of the sons of Issachar, men that understood the times and that knew what Israel ought to do, and there were 200 of them, and they were chiefs over their brethren. So if you look at this group of individuals are becoming leaders, not because they are good with the sword, not because they are good with the spear, not because they are good with the shield, but simply because they have an understanding of the times. So I asked myself the question, and I said, if a man that is about to go to war requires such a skill from a certain group of people or from a certain family, how much more us who are about to go to war in order to realize our dreams? What you need to understand is a lot of times we have told ourselves that it's okay for us to just pray and wait for our dreams to come true. And we have left everything to God to say it's up to God for our dreams to come true. But what we need to understand is, in as much as you were given the dream by God, in as much as you were given the vision by God, you have a part that you have to play. And don't think your dream is just going to happen like that. There is a war that is going to take place in order for you to realize your dream. It may be a war with yourself. It may be a war with your emotions. It may be a war with your environment, with the people that don't want you to succeed. If you're going into the marketplace, you're going to go to war with the giants that are already in the marketplace. But what you need to realize in the decade we are about to enter is it's going to be very vital for you to understand the times. So this is what the writer is saying. He says that these men or this group of individuals, they had an ability to understand the times. And because they understood the times, they knew what Israel had to do. And because they knew what Israel had to do, David realized this is the right group of individuals that are going to assist me. So what am I saying today? What I'm saying here is that if you have a dream, if you have a vision that you still haven't realized, or it still hasn't manifested itself, what you need to understand is you need to begin to understand the times that is the human species we are living in. Because if you're still doing things the way you were doing it in 2010, you are not going to get the dream come true. If you're still doing things the way you were doing it in year 2000, you are not going to get the things that you want to get in the period we are entering into. Why am I saying this, and why is it very important? How many years have you been waiting for your dream to come true? It's been years. Nothing has happened. You've been sitting and you've been waiting for something. I don't know what you've been waiting for. Maybe you're waiting for some money to come, or you're waiting for someone to come and help you. But what I want you to understand is that as long as you are still waiting, your dreams will never be realized. And it may be for someone else. Maybe you're finding yourself that you've hit a brick wall. You have tried everything. You have approached every organization to get some funding, and it just can't seem to be working. But what I want you to understand is that there is a point where Israel, when they were being led by Moses in the wilderness, when they reached the Red Sea, they find themselves at the point where there is the Red Sea in front of them, and that the Egyptian army coming behind them. And at this point in time, they think that they've hit a brick wall. There is no more any hope, and they begin to cry. And I know one of you out there who's listening to this message, you may be that person that since 2010 you've been doing everything in your power, but nothing just can seem to be working. Nothing is happening. You tried everything and nothing is giving in. And you are telling yourself that before you go into 2020, you have hit a brick wall. And some of you may be even having suicidal thoughts where you are beginning to ask yourself the question, but why should I get into 2020 when I'm not even looking forward to anything changing in my life? But what I want you to understand is when Moses tells God what the children of Israel are now saying and how they are crying, God tells Moses one thing that is very important. He says to Moses, tell the children of Israel to go forward. What they didn't realize is that the Red Sea was only going to open when they begin to go forward. As long as they are standing, it was going to remain shut. And the moment the children of Israel started to go forward, that is when Moses was able to divide the Red Sea. A lot of times as people, we want things to happen in our lives whilst we are sitting. We don't want to do anything. But the time we are entering in is, I need you to understand the times, because if you can understand the times, you will begin to realize what exactly you are supposed to do in the decade we are now entering. You may be saying to yourself, but Lord, I have tried it. Nothing is happening. Maybe the reason why you tried it, nothing is happening, is because you didn't understand the times. Because remember, it's not just in the action that you do, but you have to understand the time so that you may know what you have to do. Because from this scripture that we just read, if you look closely at it, you will find out that it's beginning to show us the importance of action and time. Because it's saying the sons of Issachar understood the times. And because they understood the times, they knew what Israel had to do. So for you, you have to now ask yourself, in the civilization or in the evolution of man, what time period are we entering into? We've been in the first, we've been in the second, and we've been in the third, which is about to end, and it is the industrial revolutions. The third is almost ending right now. We are now approaching the fourth industrial revolution. And if you keep on doing things the way they've been done in the first and the second revolution, you are not going to experience the results that you want. If you look at it in 2010, when we approached 2010, in the cinematography world, I always struggle to say that word. In the cinematography world, you needed a cameraman and you needed a pilot with a helicopter in order for you to take an aerial view of an environment, or if you wanted a shot. But as we end the decade now, we are seeing that you no longer need any pilot, you no longer need any helicopter. Why? Because they've invented a drone now. All you need to do is one person who can operate the drone, which means the pilot and the cameraman already have lost their jobs. So what you need to understand is, are you going to continue doing things the way you've been doing them for all these years, or you need to now do some research Find out what is it that is now required in the time and the decade that we are entering into. And I believe that this decade is going to be beneficial for you. And I know there's going to be a lot of disadvantages with where we are getting as the human civilization. But what you need to do is you now need to develop your mind. You now need to know what exactly you are supposed to do. What is the time period and what am I supposed to do if you are going to see your dreams coming true? So I'm so excited for this year that we are entering into. And I believe that you are going to get the results that you want for your dreams to be realized. And you're going to change the way you've been doing things. And you're going to get the dreams that are going to be made manifest in this time period. I hope that this has helped you. And I hope that you are going to enjoy the year we are about to enter. It's going to be so exciting. If this has helped you in any way, I would like you to subscribe to this channel and to press the notification bell so that you can be updated with every video that we post. Thank you so much for joining. Enjoy the rest of your year and the decade that is coming. It's going to be exciting. I'll see you there.